Following the frustrating result today, what's your summary of the 90 minutes here?
To be honest, I think that's the hardest game we could have got really this time of the year. We're having 3 competitive games off, since Christmas, since the 27th of December. We've also had 2 friendlies off, and you can't replicate matches. And to play against a full-time team on a big, huge AstroTurf, it's a lovely big pitch, and with their movement and their physical attributes, their running power, their pace, it's very, very difficult. Our boys, I thought we stood up to it. We conceded at poor times probably, or Celtic scored at good times. A couple of deflections goals. I don't think it was a 3-0 game. Our boys just they kept going. They gave everything, and they're tired. You'd expect them to be tired after that type of game. But in general, I don't think it was a 3-0 game.
As you mentioned, it felt like the team were getting back into the game in the first half as well after the frustrating first goal, and then to concede that second goal just before half time is going to be pretty killer going into the break.
Yeah, the first goal's our own downfall. We're trying to be too clever. We're taking chances, and it was a poor decision. We get punished for that. When you're playing against a team that can punish you on that transition with that pace that they've got, taking chances is very risky, and we got punished for that. But the second goal, I actually think it's a foul for us on the edge of the box. I think Bouzey's pushed, and they go and break on us again and score with a deflection. But it's a good timing on their behalf. The second goal, they've just a couple of minutes into injury time of the first half, and it's a good time for them. And then the third goal, they score in a good time as well, because I think it's a period when we're on top. The start of the second half. I think that's when we're on top, and again there's a deflection in that goal, and it loops over the goalkeeper, and there's somebody unopposed in the middle of the box that I'd need to look back and see why. But there's elements that are avoidable, but there's a fair bit of luck in both those goals as well.
And obviously build up for this game would have been ideal as well. Having a few games caught up in recent weeks, but you've had a chance to get a few new faces as well involved around the squad.
Yeah, obviously Danny's come in, and he's not played a lot of football recently, so he looked tired, which you'd expect. Another positive is getting Harry back on the pitch. He's had a long time out, so there is positives to tonight's game. I'm just hoping that we get a run of games. The forecast doesn't look great for the week ahead, so we're hopeful that we can just start building up the games again, because it's going to be extremely difficult if we then get stopped for a couple of weeks because of the weather.
What are you expecting then for the next couple of weeks then, going into February then?
Again, I sound like a broken record. Difficult games. Obviously the League Cup game comes first, and then we're Clydebank and then Cumbernauld. So all teams that are above us in the league, all difficult games, good opposition, good players, and we need to be able to hold our shape like we did today. I thought our shape was okay. We didn't get caught up in too much, and Celtic had a good few individuals. I think there was a couple of boys that were involved in the first team last night in the European game. So we're playing against the best young boys in the country tonight, and it's difficult. The result's difficult, but I'm not going to read too much into it.
Thanks for your time, Kevin.
All right.
Cheers.